Hey up, it's Steve from That Old Yorkshire Geek, and I'm back again with episode 2 of Andor, season 1, episode 2. Don't have titles, as I said in episode run review. So let's get on with this one. Hit the titles. Right, I'm back. So, episode 2. It's another slow burn, I've got to admit. Let's get it up. There we go. We've got previously on Andor. So we know what happened, don't we? So let's just skip all that. There we go. There's the intro. Here's the the intro logo that takes forever to come on. There we go. Right, so we're starting immediately with the flashback. This is, see, I forgot the name of it already. I've just talked about it, like, a minute ago. Canary. See, I can never remember these names. Of course, I'm old. Though they're on the hunting party. They've seen a ship crash. We don't know what ship it is. Is it a Republic ship? Is it a separatist ship? We don't know. And I don't think we find out. I think it might be a Republic ship, but we're not entirely sure. Because they do mention there's a Republic cruiser entering orbit later. I don't know if it's this episode or episode 3 where that's mentioned. I can't remember. Anyway, so they're out running through the forest as they do, and they come across. This is what this is. This is obviously a big quarry, and obviously the planet is being used for its resources. Is it a Republic quarry? Is it a separatist quarry? I don't know. It doesn't tell us. Obviously, they don't know. They have no knowledge of what's going on. Of course, they're a primitive Native American type people, hunter-gatherers. With no technology, but they've got some cool shoes. They've got some shoes on. I thought, they're well tailored. So I don't know where they've got them from. They make them themselves, or they've stolen them, from these. Do they go, stealing from, the more advanced people that are there? I don't know. Because they don't give us subtitles for their bloody language. Right, so we see that. Then we cut back to Ferrix. This chap is basically, he gets everybody up for work. He comes and starts banging his big bell. Gets everybody up for work in the morning. So that's what he's doing. See, everybody's starting to work. Cassian is lurking about as usual. See all these chaps heading for the breaker's yard. I think that's supposed to be where Cassian's working. I don't know. I don't know what he does. Yeah, he is. Look, skulking. There's a lot of skulking. There's Cassian in this. Skulking and lurking. That's what he does. Right, we're back with Bix. Bix is looking something up on a computer. Then Tim comes in and interrupts. So she turns off the computer. Here he is, look, and interrupts her. Says that we're going to dinner, and she says, not tonight, I've got stuff to do. Can we do it tomorrow? So he says, yeah, whatever. And then he goes and checks. She leaves, and then he goes and checks what she were up to. Obviously, it comes up in Orabesh. If I said that right, whatever. The galactic language. But then we get a nice translation here. Primo Authority seeking a Canary male resident of Ferrix for questioning. Citizens with any information, please contact the Preox Morlana Security HQ without delay. There we go. By the way, I don't know if Morlana and Ferrix are actually in the same system, inhabited planets in the same star system, or if they're in like neighbouring systems. I don't know. It doesn't make that entirely clear. And it flashes up, Canary. Flashes that, and then without delay, it flashes that as well. Look. Beep, beep. Right. So he knows something's up. There's Tim. Cassian's going. He's heading home. This is home. This is Marva. I believe I've got that right. Let me just double check. Sure, it's Marva. Come on, where are you in the list? Come on, you should be near the top, surely. You're a famous actress. It's not showing her, is it? Why? Have I just missed it? Could have done. Could have done. No, it's not showing her. How bizarre. Anyway, she's played by Fiona Shaw, who recently... why ain't it showing her? Who recently, said some unfortunate things in the press about, Andor being all about, the Trump years. I thought, what's she talking about that for? She's not even American. Stupid woman. Anyway, yeah, she's not even in the cast list here on YouTube, IMDb. No. That's weird. Why they've missed her out. She has to be taken off it or something. Or is it just an oversight? I don't know. That's weird. Anyway, she's called Marva, and she's basically like his mother. People call her when they're talking about his mum, his mother. Weird. But it's Fiona Shaw, and we learned that she found him on Canary. To look that up again. Why can't I remember that? I don't know. But she found him on Canary, as we will see. Right, where were we? By the way, I mentioned Fiona Shaw and Marv, but apparently B2 Emo is played by Dave Chapman. Why? I can't get over that. Anyway, she's called Marv. She's waiting for him. She knows something's up, but he's, fobs her off. But she's wily because she's had her past, as we find out later on. She's not some sweet little old lady, she knows her stuff. So there's all that they're going on. So they're having words. Yes. B2 Emo. He's also had the transmission, received it about the security forces, the corporate security forces are looking for, a canary. I remember a canary male, and she says, we told everybody you were from Fest. Who have you told that you're from Canary? And he said, I don't know, friends. And she said, you're supposed to be family. Anyway, so he says, whatever. So he goes to see Bix, and they have words. She says, she's been in touch and will be here tomorrow. Will her contact? Tim's followed them and watched them. Is going to a public payphone. Don't see many of those these days. Never mind in a galaxy far, far away drinking game. We don't see him in this galaxy, well, on this planet, a great deal now, do we? But anyway, they've got him there. So he gets in touch, and he dobs Cassian in, because he's a bloody grass. That's what he is. He's a grass. So obviously they've got this information. So they call this officer chap, whose name I don't know. There he is, and they get a visual, so they can see Cassian there. Look, that one. That's not me. That's somebody's alarm outside. If you can hear that, shush. Hey dear. So he knows who he's looking for now, and then we see the hostess from the. Turns out it's a brothel. She comes in. There she is, and obviously she can say, yes, that's the man I spoke to. Because she don't want to get into trouble, does she? So they're closing in on Cassian. They know he's on Ferrix. They know his name. So they're going to go get him. This is Tim in his wherever he lives. There's a knock on the door, and it's Bix. Bix Colleen is her full name. I forgot that right. Yes, Bix Colleen. There she is. She's come over. She said she couldn't sleep, so they're going to basically do it. Look, she starts getting undressed, and so they have a night of passion, no doubt. Right, so the officer meets with this chap. Is obviously experienced. I think he's a sergeant. I think he calls him a sergeant in the corporate security. Um, you get the impression that these are people that may have wanted to join, the empire, become imperial officers and imperial soldiers, but they probably weren't quite good enough, so they've ended up working, for the corporations. So you get that impression. But they're still, all stiff and, wanting to show how good they are. But he's obviously experienced, but he's saying he wants to put a team together, so it takes a lot of advice from him. So anyway, so they head out to Ferrix. That's what they're going to do. He's obviously green as the officer, isn't he? But he lets them know that he's in charge. Right, this is Cassian again. He's back in that ship, and it hits a panel, and something falls out, and it turns out it's something important, an important piece of equipment. Oh, pardon me. Something imperial that's sealed and worth a lot of money, worth 40,000 credits, apparently. This is what he's going to sell to Bix's contact. That's how he's going to get the money to get off planet. Don't know why I didn't just steal the ship that he had in the beginning. That he got that he had when he travelled from Morgana One back to Ferrix. Why didn't he just use that ship again? I mean, it does say the chap that tells him not to use the wherever he was, the scrap yard again. Tells him to get out. Why don't he just take that ship anyway? But he doesn't. Right, we're back here with these with young Cassian. They're out. They found the crashed ship, and there's a couple of bodies next to it. So they're sneaking up on that. They've got the blowpipes with them. See, I've gone too far. Look, gone too far. So he's watching. She's sneaking up. There's some people. A couple of men are dead seemingly dead on the ground. There we go. So she's heading for that. Then we cut to. In a minute. There we go. See. This ship appears. This is over Ferrix. It's Luthien, played by Stellan Skarsgård. There we go. He comes in and he lands. He lands like two clicks, it says, from a shuttle station, which is about 40 clicks from the city. So obviously, it doesn't want to draw attention to himself. But if anything goes wrong with the shuttles, if they're getting a bit of trouble, then it's a long walk, isn't it? But as we'll see, things pan out. Right, that's the shuttle station. So he heads over there, gets a shuttle into the town. Right, this is Tim. He's been up all night after, I presume they did it. He's obviously, he's got a lot on his conscience. He suspects being up to no good. This is Cassian with B2. He's getting his things together. He finds a comm unit so he can talk to B2. So that works. But it kind of drops him in the poo a bit later. But anyway. There's Marva. Can't remember what she's doing there. Oh, she's having a look through Cassian in Cassian's room, having a look through his stuff. That's his little blow dart from when he were on Canary. I have to think about that every time. Right, we're back on flashback now. Back to Canary with young Cassian. This is about 20 years earlier, isn't it? Something like that. Obviously in the midst of the Clone Wars, no doubt. A couple of bodies, look. She goes up to one. and she gives it a prod. Seems dead. So she goes up to the other one in a minute. They're all watching on. But the one she prodded first apparently isn't dead. They've all got this yellowish hue to them. So I don't know if it's some sort of poisoning or gas that's gone through the ship. I don't know, but it seems to have dissipated. Right, he gets up, look. And he's got a blaster, as we will see. Pew, shoots her. Presume she's dead, but we'll see. We don't actually know. So they all start using the blow pipes on this chap, whoever he is. He's shooting at him and missing. He's shooting wildly and missing, but they're super accurate with their blow pipes. He ends up with loads of them stuck in him, as we will see in a moment, if I can find a shot of that. Come on, then. Is that him hitting the deck? There we go. Look, covered in blowpipe darts. So I'm guessing he's dead now. So they go and the others go and gather up the fallen leader and take her away. But Cassian stays there and he climbs into there, as we will see in a minute. He's looking there. Look, but then we come back to the present day. Cassian's asking this chap about something, but I can't actually remember what. But never mind. I'm sure it's important. Right, these are on the way. They've got the squad prepared. They're on the way to Ferrix. I think they're in hyperspace. It looks like it when you look out the window. They seem to be in hyperspace. So maybe it isn't a neighbouring system. I don't know. He gives a bit of a pep talk, but obviously he's green. They don't really pay much attention to him. He's obviously nervous, and the sergeant, when he's done, the sergeant says, "Well said, sir," and has the men clapping and stuff. But it's obvious it's his first command. It's a bit like I forgot his name in Aliens. The lieutenant. I can't remember his name. Him anyway. Gorman. Yes, he's like Gorman in Aliens, isn't he? He's a bit green. And a bit of an asshole. Right, this is Stellan Skarsgård as Luthien. He's on the shuttle heading into the city. We'll call it Ferrix City. I don't know if that's what it's called. It starts a conversation with this chap for no real reason that I can see. It's just there to fill time, basically. Just to show that they're travelling some distance and that life's hard in the Empire. This bit. This is Cassian going through the breaker's yard. For some reason, there's a drum solo going on. I don't know why. Whoever wrote the score for it has decided they wanted a drum solo. So there's all that sort of thing. And I'm like, what? What's going on? And I think that's the end of that episode. So there you go. See, I told you. Not a lot happened in that episode. Yeah, that's it. So another slow burn. Thankfully, episode 3 is much better. So we'll get rid of that. Yeah, episode 2 were a bit... Well, to be honest, it were a bit poo, to be honest. It were a bit poo. Yeah, not a lot happened. Well, stuff happened, obviously. But it was, like as I said, it's a slow burn. Positioning characters. We found out that Tim's dobbed Cassian in. He gets his comeuppance in episode 3, as you'll see. But we've not really gone a long way, have we? They're closing in on Cassian. With 2 episodes in, we still aren't seeing any sign of the Empire. Whatever. This is an average episode. I'd give this one a 5 out of 10. It wasn't as good as episode 1. Yeah, a fella got killed with blow darts. Whoopie-doo. I mean, there could have been Ewoks, couldn't there? But they're not. The canary. Yeah, 5 out of 10. So, yeah, not a great episode. Thankfully, episode 3 is better, and I'll talk about that in the next video. So wherever you are in the galaxy and the universe and all that, look after each other, and until next time, I'll say thee. I've pressed the wrong button. There we go.